Hi, I'm Marcus, your game dev knight, and welcome to another episode of Raidborn Workshop, where I share the game's progress and take you behind the scenes of game development. Enter the adventurous world of this Skyrim-like dungeon crawler and explore an almost endless number of detailed and atmospheric levels. Experience ferocious combat, choose from a diverse arsenal of weapons, and build your character from a variety of exciting skills. For more information, please watch the introduction trailer linked in the video description. This time, I will show you how the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion inspired me to add an enemy health bar, why it was necessary to rebuild the game's shop from scratch, and last but not least, how this can solve the sweetroll dilemma we all know and fear. And as always, it makes sense to stay till the end, because there will be a loot drop where you can grab some cool stuff, but more about that later. I remember that some time ago somebody has asked me in the comments if I'm going to add a health bar that indicates the current health of an enemy. At this time I was already thinking about adding one, as playtesting has shown that it could be beneficial, for a few reasons I will discuss later. However, when I was first designing the game, I intentionally didn't plan to add one, because I wanted to keep the number of UI elements as minimal as possible to ensure maximum immersion. Lately, however, I changed my mind on that topic, not least because of the comment I just mentioned. I always enjoyed the subtle and minimal design the enemy health indicator of Oblivion had, so it's no surprise I took that as inspiration, especially because I wanted to stay true to my initial design philosophy of keeping things simple. The only change I made to the original design was to go for a more conventional approach by making the health bar red and keeping the bar background to better indicate the current health of an enemy in relation to his maximum health, which is something Oblivion didn't have. The reason I ultimately changed my mind on that topic is that I think it gives the player better feedback about the damage he deals, and as dealing damage usually is something that's fun in the game, that turns out to be beneficial for the overall combat experience. Another advantage is that the player can better feel the difference in damage output when he's upgrading to a new weapon. I think it's interesting how even a small feature like an enemy health bar can have a significant impact on gameplay. Now, let's talk about the new shop and the unraveling of the sweetroll dilemma, but first things first. One of the reasons I threw the old shop away and started over from scratch is that the new item selection system I introduced last time has allowed me to save a lot of space when displaying items, which by the way was one of the reasons I built it in the first place. However, this also has led to unused space in the old shop, which doesn't look very good, and which made it necessary to build a new, smaller shop. To realize what I had in mind, I needed to create some new props. So let's head over to the modeling blacksmith. First, I created a counter to display goods in the shop. I was surprised at first that I didn't already have one, because a counter is something I usually need pretty often when building levels. By the way, the reason I placed this character here in the scene simply is to ensure I use the correct scale when creating the model. Then I also modeled a new shelf to have some more variation when I'm placing furniture. Last, I also modeled this training puppet, which I think is always a cool prop to place in the scene. Again, I used the character to make sure the object has the right size. Then it was time to actually build the shop and to bring the new objects to use. Contrary to the medieval mall kind of vibe the old shop had, I wanted to go for a more personal and comfy feeling design for the new one. To spice things up, I added lots of small details like those fruits and vegetables you can see here. This also shows a cool plugin I created that allows me to activate physics calculation inside the editor, which makes it easy for me to naturally place objects. One of my favorite spots in the new shop is this bow shooting range, which the merchant of the shop put in place to provide his customers with the option to test shoot bows before they buy them. Maybe I will actually implement this mechanic for the player so you can test shoot the bow before you buy it. Now, let's talk about the sweetroll dilemma. Who of us hasn't encountered the following situation? You're happily walking through the world of your favorite RPG when suddenly this happens.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweetroll.
Usually, a statement like this would leave you humiliated. But fear not, I can offer the perfect counter for bullshit like this. Just visibly carry a sweetroll wherever you go, which is easier than ever, as the new Raidborn shop now also offers sweetrolls. And with such incredibly cheap prices, it wouldn't even matter if somebody actually stole your sweetroll. Okay, I think that was enough bullshit for today. Let's slowly get serious again. Okay, I was talking about the shop. So, the last step to finish the shop was to build the different item displays where you later can select and buy new equipment, like the pet cage you see me building here in the background. Then I also had to set up the new item selection system for all equipment types like shields, one-handed weapons, bows, etc. And now, without any further ado, let's take a look at the final result in-game. Just for fun, I also added an AI customer which is randomly walking around to make the scene feel a little bit more lively. Keep in mind that the game is still in alpha and a lot of things are subject to change, especially regarding the visuals. But as you can see, the shop is still functional and you can buy your new items, which are then saved and can later be equipped in your player home to take it to your next adventure. And now it is Lootdrop time. Let's see what's in the chest today. To claim your loot, just visit Raidborn.com to create your Raidborn account, or log into your existing account if you already have one. Creating your account not only allows you to take advantage of loot drops, but also rewards you with an extensive welcome package. If you're logged into your account now, come back here and click the link at the bottom of the video description, which will add the honor crowns of this loot drop to your inventory. But hurry up, the link will only work until the next devlog is released. The new items unlocked with this loot drop are now available in the Raidborn shop and can be unlocked spending your honor crowns. A link to the shop is also in the video description. You can find more detailed information about the system in the email you receive after account creation. And now it's your turn to tell me your thoughts about the game and the video in the comments below. As always, see you next time and stay cool.